More now on the battle to pass a bill to fund the federal government as we inch closer to a shutdown at midnight Eastern time. House Republicans are digging in, sending a short-term spending bill back to the Senate, one that delays portions of the Affordable Care Act for another year. Earlier, Senate Democrats killed a very similar proposal and are expected to do the same thing again. Well, following a meeting with the Prime Minister of Israel, President Obama made a statement from the White House.
All of this is entirely preventable if the House chooses to do what the Senate has already done. And that's the simple act of funding our government without making extraneous and controversial demands in the process, the same way other Congresses have for more than 200 years.
And earlier today, when asked about whether a clean CR or a continuing resolution to fund the government with no exceptions would pass in the House, House Speaker John Boehner had this to say.
Is a clean CR off the table? Is that not going to happen?
That's not going to happen.
Mr. Speaker, it's not going to happen when? It's not going to happen tonight before midnight, or it's not going to happen ever?
The House will act this evening, and we'll send it over to the United States Senate. Thanks.
So, with the deadline approaching for a partial shutdown of government offices, you may be wondering what stays open, what's going to close, and what federal workers will be staying home from work. Hampton Pearson has the rundown.
The federal government will not completely shut down at midnight, but museums, national parks, and landmarks like the Statue of Liberty and other icons will be closed to the public almost immediately. That's what happened back in 1995 when the government was shut down for 21 days. Hundreds of thousands of government workers this time will be placed on unpaid leave, including some 800,000 Defense Department civilian employees.
Each agency has had to kind of go down its roster of people and decide who are the important people who still have to come to work and who are the less important people who can be furloughed.
Once a shutdown starts, there's a cutoff on any government activity where funding has stopped or it's viewed as not essential for protecting life and property. Financial markets could get a surprise. Friday's release of the jobs report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics will be postponed if the shutdown lasts through Friday.
There are various administrative tasks, data collection, the release of periodic government reports that were not judged to be essential. So those are things that people will start noticing right away.
Congress and the White House do agree it is essential that Social Security and Medicare benefits will continue to be paid and those checks delivered by the Postal Service. Some 1.4 million active duty military personnel will remain on duty worldwide with full pay. Air traffic controllers and TSA screeners at airports will remain on the job for security and safety reasons and also not to harm a key sector of the economy. Of course, the real harm to the economy depends on how long the government shutdown lasts, something lawmakers might want to think about between now and midnight. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Hampton Pearson in Washington.